Alright, just the one thing this week. I'm not sure if this is all that came out, but last week was just busy enough that I could only go with my normal hints. I have to start figuring out everything. And this isn't even something that's new. This is Akira in 4K. Steelbook. Which is nice. I have Akira in like so many different copies. So, we'll take a look at this. Try not to pinch my finger off with the plastic being annoying. There we go. Now let's just set it over here. I feel the glue holding it down. Cool. Alright. Get that glue out of the way. Is there anything interesting from here? Oh, I see a region A and B on the normal Blu-ray. Because presumably this comes with, let's see, 2 English dubs. Which is what I would hope for, but is it just me or is that kind of hard to read? Actually, let's see, they both kind of have it. Great. I'm using I'm using a magnifying glass and glasses. Bad. I see. There are dates next to those Englishings, and maybe y'all saw that a bit better. But yeah, it has both dubs on both the 4K and the Blu-ray copies. Nice and sleek. And then on the inside, let's see, that's Blu-ray, regions A and B. And that's the Blu-ray 4K. That one says Crunchyroll. Oh, they both say Crunchyroll. Okay. Pretty neat. So, there we go. Akira, once again. Let's see if I can do this part quick. Okay. The first one is the non-anime thing. Arcane Season 2, Episodes 1 through 2. Which, I'm trying to remember everything that happened. But of the stuff that did happen, it was at least, I thought it was entertaining, neat, felt building. I do remember a couple of scenes in there feeling nicely artistically done. So, overall, a good start, I suppose. Yeah, there was some neat confrontations in there too. Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time, episode 10. I thought there was some sort... Oh yeah, he built a town for people. Okay. I don't remember if it set up anything for the finale. Yeah, it did. It finally set up the thing that it's been setting up since the very first episode, so I guess it's okay. Going okay. Magic Maker, episode 9. I feel like it slowed down a little bit again. But I feel like it's okay, better than the previous slowdown. It's just like, well, why don't you think blah? Well, in this case, it's clearly dealing with additional stuff, thoughts, and things that are just like, okay, cool. I like how not straightforward some of this stuff is. And I've had thoughts myself, but yeah. Overall, entertaining stuff. Oh yes, and it did set up a big thing at the end there, didn't it? Episode 9. So yeah, this is probably related to the end of this core, I guess. ReZero, Season 3, Episode 63. Okay, yeah. So, like, a lot of this second half of Season 3 has been a lot more isolated incidents, things leading into other things, but each episode mostly focusing on one specific element of the big events going on here, and I guess this one was good. And I think part of the reason I would say it was good is, I guess I've been enjoying Garfield's arc through Season 3 here, and this was a very Garfield-centric episode. So, good stuff, I would say. It's wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon. Season 5, Episode 15. This ended this season. And I felt fine. My vengeance and bloodlust is gone, but Some of the stuff it said and did, I'm not sure what to completely think of all of it, but I think it's fine where it ended, I guess. Again, I think it felt like it built up to a proper crescendo and not just a cheap, oh, this is only going to be good because I'm going to see, like, Vengeance or something like that. So no, it wasn't cheap like that. Now, I don't know that it was necessarily the best it could have been, but I thought it was good. It ended with what it needed to do. Good stuff. Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Online Shopper in Another World, Episode 9. I don't remember what happened. I guess spiders. Yeah, it was definitely titled similarly to So I'm a Spider, So What? And it wasn't exactly that. But, you know, it was definitely kind of nodding to that in an entertaining way, and I thought it was entertaining. Oh, fun stuff. Dr. Stone Science Feature Season 4, Episode 9. Well, I guess it's okay, entertaining stuff. A little more shonen-y than science-y, I would say, but oh yeah, that's right. That's one of the problems with this episode is, once again, it's not really science-y. It's engineering. It's practical application of science-y stuff. It's stuff that you might learn about in science class, but it's still more of an engineering effort, really. But, you know, that's just been the funny observation about this the whole time, where, you know, it gets a little bit on that bandwagon, but at least it's entertaining and stuff like that. Oh, interesting thoughts. Bureaucrat to Villainous. Dad's Been Reincarnated, Episode 9. I guess it was an entertaining enough episode. Probably not one of the better ones, but not really bad. Just sort of amusing, I think. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf, Episode 9. This is back in the world of things. I guess entertaining enough. I guess you had kind of powerful people showing themselves the idiot to a certain degree. It began with a rather stupid line that kind of slowed me down a little bit when the when somebody comments their main character, oh, the guy taking care of the girl. Usually it's the girl taking care of the guy. I'm like, huh? What? I mean, I know there's a lot of isekai stuff in there, but that's really stretching it, made up logic there. But, you know, it is what it is. And it was just a one-off comment. It's supposed to be a little more, I guess, touching than that, but I don't know, it just seems like a dumb comment. Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 22. Okay, we're definitely building up to a crescendo here. Although the interesting thing here is whatever this is about to do at the end of this season has been building up since Season 1. This is stuff that's happened in the background. But it's definitely not the end of the show because, you know, this season has been setting up stuff that's like things to expect going into the future, but not as obviously going on in the background as what these first two seasons have been doing with what it's doing right now. A couple of things about the episode surprised me a little bit. You know, I was thinking it would probably give our main character a chance to do something awesome, and it did. And not as much as I would have thought, given that it did do something, but also kind of in ways that I didn't expect. Because, like, there's no way he's going to jump in to save the lady here, because that's a little too on the nose, right? Well, one of the things I find about this show is that even though it does that, it does it in a way that just doesn't feel too pandery. Like, his attitude is not one of, oh, I've got to save the girl. It's, looks like this was getting a little beyond a friendly sparring match. And then he says to the girl, you're willing to take the loss, right? It looks like the rest of your team is already done. It's like, that's I don't know, maybe I'm saying more than I should, but I appreciate how, even though I didn't expect him to act, when it chose to have him act, it felt in character still, and again, not too pandery. And again, I think it's also setting up really good stuff for whatever it's about to do in these last season finale, core finale episodes that it's doing. Let's see, we have Zenshu episode 10. I'm trying to remember where it specifically ended, because the stuff that happened in this episode is good, complicated stuff. Very appreciable, I would say, and it does feel like this show is working towards an ending, and whatever that ending is, it's hard to tell what exactly it is. So it's not like it's not feeling completely straightforward, predictable, and I appreciate that. So I think it's coming to a good finale. Headhunted to Another World, episode 11. Okay, yeah, and this is definitely either series or season crescendo sort of stuff going on here. I could easily see there being another series or another season or another core or something, however you want to say that. But I'm looking forward to the next episode, which should probably end it. And then last but not least, I'm a noble on the brink of ruin, so I might as well try Mastering Magic, episode 11. I think it's kind of neat stuff. I don't think it scores too well, and I can kind of understand why, because some of this development just doesn't have a purpose or a direction. Like the other ones I'm still watching do, but this one it's like, okay, what is the goal here? Well, you can kind of appreciate, I guess he's building this nation, but it's not too obvious to what end or if end, and sometimes it's just a little too convenient with the stuff it does do. And you know that. And you know that's pretty standard fare for these fantasy isekai sorts of shows, I guess. I'm trying to remember how this one even started. But yeah, I think it's a very valid criticism to say that it's the end of episode 11. I'm not seeing anything that seems like it would be a season or core or series finale. It just sort of keeps doing whatever it's doing. So, hard to say I'm excited for the next episode, but you know, I find it pretty easy to digest, especially since my Mondays have plenty going on. So, all good stuff. Anything else to talk about? Daylight savings is, of course, painful. I'm not sure if it's been causing me issues, because I've just been exhausted all weekend, but even still, you know, I guess it's just interesting additional thoughts to slay the princess while somebody else has been playing through more routes, discovering more. It's nice. And then I guess we played Goose Goose Duck with the new Godzilla mode, and that was amusing. I'm not the biggest fan of games like that, but I do appreciate the fact that the group I play with plays with chaotic enough rules that I'm able to find strange things to do, because sometimes that's just what I like to do. For example, one of my matches as the killer, I was a role called the Preacher, which gives a survivor the ability to vote twice, basically. Their vote is twice. And I think the idea there is you're supposed to find somebody and you're supposed to really, really marinate them to be more powerful at voting another survivor out than they really ought to be. And I don't really like playing that sort of way. I mean, I can understand some of the funness of that, but for me it was just like, okay, well, instead, there's a person who's hosting this event. Everybody now knows she's a dodo. A dodo, if they manage to get voted out, they win the game. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go up to her and tell her, yeah, I'm the Preacher. I'm going to give you an extra vote, then I'm going to kill somebody, then I'm going to vote for you and you vote for yourself. So that everybody knows there's a dodo win, but they didn't know that there's a killer working with the dodo to make a dodo win. And my other killer, I don't know his complete thought on that, but hopefully he enjoyed it. I mean, he's one of my brothers. He was one of my brothers. He is one of my brothers, then blah. And hopefully he can appreciate a left field out of nowhere. Which reminds me, I was going to make a comment, because I play with the online handle Gigafrost, you know, same as my YouTube channel. But in Headhunted to Another World, from Cyberman to Big 4, the guy cast the Gigadeath, and it's like, oh, that's pretty dangerous for me. Funny thought out loud. I don't know that I have anything else to really talk about. Hopefully y'all enjoy the ramblings I do. And y'all, well, I'm recording this on Mario Day, you know, March 10th. Fun stuff. But hopefully y'all have a nice Mario Day, a nice week, and a nice Pi Day up this Friday. Yeah, take care.